Graham, really good win in midweek. Any injuries come across it?
We've got obviously a little issue with Shane McLaughlin, who's obviously been stamped on, so that'll need to be assessed and that'll need to be looked at. I hope the authorities are looking at it as well, and not just us. But yeah, that'll need to be assessed, and we'll need to look at that. Other than that, will have a fitness test, whether that be this morning or whether that be Saturday. We'll give him every chance. But they're the only two really that we're looking at and monitoring at the minute.
Yeah, I mean the Stamp Majors Carol was clear on TV, but clearly not picked up by officials. Do you expect any action? Well,
action now would be no good to us, really, to be honest. But look, you don't want to see things like that in the game. That's gone. But for a team of officials to say they didn't see it when the whole nation's seen it was quite. Listen, I don't know what to say, really, to be quite honest with you. Some of the things that was going on the other night, the handball goal, the lads putting his feet over the line for the throw-ins, they're using towels for throw-ins, all that. It was just, look, I don't know, but you never know. You just don't know what's going on with the officials, and I don't want to take anything away from our lads, but yet the stamping on players is not something you want to see in a game. And for commentators then to be lauding and praising players for doing it and saying that they were this and that, I thought it was shameful, really. I thought it was poor. But it was even worse when a group of officials are telling you that you haven't seen it. That's probably. And I asked the officials if it was their children or their kids in the playground and somebody standing on them, how would they react? They would pretty much want people to see it. They would pretty much want people to speak up. But again, we're not allowed. We're not allowed to say anything. We're not allowed to speak. We're not allowed to defend. We're not allowed to be passionate about the game. So then I call upon the PGFOL to do something about it, or to protect this beautiful game, because there is no doubt we are in crisis with the decision makers.
What about Will Evans then?
Yeah, will be assessed as normal, and we'll have a look at him. We'll have a look at him this morning. We'll have a look at him, if not this morning, and he can't train this morning, we'll have a look at him tomorrow. We'll give him every opportunity. We hope, fingers crossed, to be able to do some sort of a session this morning, and he can join in at some stage. So we'll see how he is. It's one of them. It just has to be monitored every couple of hours. It's an impact injury, so it's quite tender. So it's just till that tenderness comes out of it, really. So it shouldn't be too long. Fingers crossed, he'll be fine.
But you scored 4 goals on the road without him, so.
Yeah, look, it just goes to look at Will. Let's not get away from the fact that Will is a talisman for us. He's our main striker. He's our main man. He's been brilliant this season, and we're lucky enough to have 4 really good strikers, all at different stages in their careers. In Seb, in Caban, Omar, Will, and obviously Ozanzala, who should be back in the new year. So yeah, we're lucky enough to have some good lads, good strikers amongst us. So Will is one of them, and we want them all available, and hopefully next week, the week after, because not once this season have we been able to get our strongest, our best, or everybody fit, ready and available for action. So I'm hoping over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months maybe, before the season finishes, I'll have 1 or 2 selection headaches. But yeah, look, if Will is fit enough, shall we say, Will play.
Yeah. Grimsby, new manager, looking for their first away win as well.
Yeah, they've been doing really well. They've been doing really well since the new manager came in. I suppose the new manager bounced. He's done really well against Crewe last week and MK Dons as well. He's altered the playing style a little bit. He's altered the system a little bit. So it'll be an interesting battle. They'll be more possession based. They'll move the ball around the pitch. They'll try and move it through the towards. He likes to play 4-3-3, if I recall correctly, when he was at Crewe. And they're not wingers, they're inside forwards. So with three offensive players up top, partnering 2 either side of Danny Rose, who's dangerous. Yeah, it'll be a really tough encounter again, and it's on the back of 2 hard games this week. So the third one is always, as a manager, you're always weary going into the third game in a week. So it may be a call for us to freshen things up, have a little look at what we've got and how we can freshen things up a little bit, just to get some fresh legs on the pitch. But it'll be tough. It'll be a tough encounter.
And Dave Artell, someone you did your badges with?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So do you know what to expect? Does that help?
Yeah, listen, I know Dave well, to be fair. He's a good lad. I was on a pro licence course with him. I'm delighted he got back in. He's a good type, good sort. But so far as tomorrow afternoon, there won't be any hugging and kissing or embracing or anything like that. It's football. You go to war, you go to battle between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, and that'll certainly be our intention tomorrow.
Last one, Seb Palmer-Holden. Is he back to where he was now, do you think?
Well, he's certainly looking fitter, he's certainly looking sharper. His game time is now at a satisfactory level that we can go and play for 90 minutes. He's ticked all the boxes in his recovery. He's young, he's raw. At times he's naive, but at times he shows glimpses of real quality, and I suppose that goes down to age. But yeah, he's certainly someone who's getting fitter, getting stronger, and he's most certainly improving. So he's a real handful. And look, we've got to be careful with young lads that we don't heap too much on them and expect too much from them. At times we've got something similar in Cabanroy ourselves. So yeah, look, we need to protect him, we need to look after him. We need to tell him when he's right and tell him when he's wrong, and help him on his journey. But he's given himself a real chance in the game.
No coincidence really that results have been at their best when Seb's been available, is it?
I would say yes, I would agree with that. I would say when we had, but at the same time you probably have to point the finger towards James Clark, you probably have to point the finger towards Harry Charsley, Aaron Wildig. Going into December to get 4 of them, late November, early December, getting 4 of them back on the training ground helped the squad, helped us, because we were away for Tim, we were training with a lot of young lads. And then you're looking at speed of session, quality of session. So yeah, we were able to get some senior boys back, and now all of a sudden the intensity levels, the quality in training, the speed in training improves and gets better, and the standards are driven by the senior lads. So I think Seb would be, going back to the question, yes, Seb would have been a major factor in that, but I would also think 3 or 4 players coming back at the same time would have helped that as well. We were really stretched. We were really hand to mouth, on our hands and knees really for 2 months. But like I say, it was brilliant for the lads who come into the squad, come into the team. It was a great opportunity and chance for them to go and get some game time and prove their qualities. Unfortunately, 1 or 2 didn't. So we're relieved to have the lads back, but there's still 1 or 2 more that need to come back in, because we are still light on numbers, we are still light on depth. So hopefully we get 1 or 2 back, maybe address the depth problem in January.
Yeah, you said Oz will be back in the new year. How are the others progressing?
Yeah, well, we're expecting Oz probably be the longer one. Oz will probably be January, February, maybe around about last week in January, first week in February. But between now and then, we should obviously see the integration of Adam Lewis over the next week. Kyle Jameson should be integrated in training as well over the next couple of weeks, and Declan will be late January. So there's a couple of lads. Josh Seabury is obviously till his season is probably just short of over. He could be a couple of weeks or a month before the end of the season. But getting them up to speed there will be an issue as well. But yeah, look, we still have a couple of lads that are not available, and they would help, particularly going into a Christmas period where you're facing, well, a December period where we're facing 8 games in 31 days or 32 days. I can't recall whether it was 31 or 32, but we won't argue over a day.
Grimsby came here and won last year, didn't they? 2-0. Bryn Morris got a goal. Is there anything you can take from that, or is it completely different side, different manager? Well,
I hope they don't come here tomorrow and win, and I hope Bryn Morris scores. So can I have one out of the 2 there? The yin and the yang. Yeah, listen, Bryn was here last year with Grimsby. I wasn't present myself. I was on a different watch. But yeah, look, I think Grimsby might come up against a different team. A different set of players, a different mentality, a football club that is probably on a different trajectory. There's a bit of confidence, there's a bit of a buzz around the place. We're in half decent form, although we keep shooting ourselves in the foot every now and again, which is something that we want to eradicate. And I think if we can fall and find that magic word, that consistency, if we can land on that consistency, I don't think we're a bad outfit. I don't think we're a bad team at all. So look, I'll let Grimsby worry about us going into the game tomorrow, because we're a different animal this time round. So and we've got one of the better players in air ranks in Bryn. He's in air ranks and not their ranks, so that'll make a difference to us as well. So, but I envisage it being a good game. I think they'll have more of the ball than us. That's the way they play. That's their style. But again, it'll come down to when them opportunities and when them chances present themselves, we need to take them. We need to be clinical in front of goal.